Welcome to Department of Physics, University of Lucknow YouTube channel. I am R.K. Shukla. Here in this video, I am going to discuss about the calculation of Zeeman shift. Suppose an electron is moving in a circular orbit of radius r with a linear velocity v and angular velocity omega. Let E be the charge of the electron and m its mass. In the absence of magnetic field, the centripetal force on the electron towards the center is given by F equal to mv square upon r. And we know the v equal to r omega. So we substitute the value of v, we get m omega square r. Now, if an external magnetic field B is applied in a direction perpendicular to the plane of the electron orbit, a magnetic Lorentz force EBV(x) outwards for clockwise motion of electron while it acts towards center of orbit for anti-clockwise motion of electron. The resulting complex motion of the electron subjected to an additional radial force is called Larmor precession. This produces a change in the angular velocity without any change in the form of the orbit. If delta omega be the change in angular velocity of electron due to applied magnetic field, then for clockwise motion of electron, the additional radial force is directed away from the center. The value of this is BeV, and the resultant force acting on this electron is F. This is centripetal force. F minus EBV equal to m omega plus delta omega whole square into r. We put the value of F in the previous slide. The value of F is m omega square r minus BeV equal to m omega plus delta omega whole square r. Now we expand this square term, we get m omega square plus delta omega square plus 2 omega delta omega into r. The value of delta omega is small, so the value of delta omega square is very small, so we can neglect this term. Now we get m omega square r minus BeV equal to m omega square plus 2 times m omega delta omega r. Now we rearrange the terms and we get minus E omega B equal to 2m omega delta omega. Further we simplify it. Delta omega equal to minus EB upon 2m. Here we using the value of V equal to R omega. Similarly, for the circular motion in the anti-clockwise direction, the additional radial force is directed towards the center, that is F plus BeV equal to m omega plus delta omega square r. Now we simplify this, we get delta omega equal to EB upon 2m. The two cases can be combined into the equation delta omega equal to plus minus EB upon 2m. In the previous slide, we see for the case of clockwise direction, the delta omega equal to minus EB upon 2m. And in the case of anti-clockwise direction, the value of delta omega equal to EB upon 2m. So here we put plus minus sign for considering both type motion. Now, if nu is the frequency, then omega equal to 2 pi nu. Or we differentiate this, delta omega equal to 2 pi delta nu, because 2 pi is constant. Changing in frequency of the spectral lines delta nu equal to 1 upon 2 delta omega. Now here we substitute the value of delta omega from this value. So we get delta nu equal to plus minus EB upon 4 pi n. If nu and lambda are the frequency and wavelength of the original line, then nu equal to C upon lambda. Or we differentiate this delta nu equal to minus C upon lambda square delta lambda. And in terms of wavelength, the Zeeman shift is written as delta lambda equal to plus minus EB lambda square upon 4 pi mc. And when we written in terms of frequency, then the Zeeman shift delta nu equal to plus minus EB upon 4 pi m. And this is the required expression for Zeeman shift. This shows that a spectral line of wavelength lambda will be resolved under the action of an applied field of intensity B into component symmetrically situated on either side of the original line. Now we solve some problem related to Zeeman shift. Calculate the wavelength separated between the unmodified line of wavelength 6000 angstrom and the modified line when a magnetic field of 1 Weber per meter square is applied in normal Zeeman effect. We know the Zeeman shift is given by delta lambda equal to plus minus EB lambda square upon 4 pi mc. And in the given problem, we have lambda equal to 6000 angstrom and the magnetic field strength is 1 Weber per meter square. And the charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. And the value of velocity of light c equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 meter per square. And m is the mass of the electron equal to 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Now we put all these values in this expression. We get delta lambda equal to 1 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, 6000 into 10 to the power minus 10 the whole square upon 4 pi 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 into 3 into 10 to the power 9. We get, and we solve this, we get delta lambda equal to 0.168 angstrom. And this is the required separation. This is the required result. Another problem, here we calculate the charge to mass of the electron. The red line of cadmium is split into 3 components separated by 120 megahertz when the source is placed in a magnetic field of 8.6 millitesla. The light being examined in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic field. Calculate the ratio of charge to mass E by m of the electron. We know the Zeeman shift in terms of frequency delta nu equal to EB upon 4 pi n. Or we rearrange the terms, we get E by m equal to 4 pi delta nu upon B. And in this problem, the data given here is B equal to magnetic field strength is 8.6 millitesla or 8.6 into 10 to the power minus 3 Tesla. Delta nu equal to 120 megahertz equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power 8 hertz. Substituting these values in this, we get the value of E by m or the ratio of charge to mass of the electron. 4 into the value of pi is 3.14 into delta nu equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power 8 and the value of B is 8.6 into 10 to the power minus 3 Tesla. We substitute and solve this, we get the value of E by m equal to 1.76 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kg. Thank you.